Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Speak English Podcast. I'm David, and I'm really glad you're here with us today. You're going to love this one.
Hi, David. I'm happy to be here too. And I just want to say, if you're watching this episode, you're already doing something amazing for your English. Great job.
Absolutely. Now, before we dive in, let me introduce my wonderful co-host, the always insightful and positive Sarah. She's got some gold to share with you today.
Thank you, David. That means a lot. And yes, today's topic is so powerful, especially if you've been struggling to think in English without translating everything first.
So let me ask you something. What if your brain could switch to English automatically? Like flipping a light switch. No more translating. No more second guessing.
Just imagine reacting to everyday life, your morning routine, your thoughts, your conversations, all happening in English, naturally and without effort.
That's what we're going to teach you today. A simple, practical daily routine to train your brain to think in English. And it only takes a few minutes a day.
But before we get into it, do us a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us grow this community and reach more English learners like you.
And if you've ever felt stuck, frustrated, or unsure of how to practice thinking in English, stay with us, because this could truly change your fluency journey.
Let's get started and show you how to train your brain to think in English. Not someday, but starting today. Ready? Let's go.
Training your brain to think in English means teaching your mind to process thoughts directly in the language, without needing to translate first. It's about building strong mental associations that connect meaning to English words and phrases automatically through repeated exposure and consistent practice.
This isn't about studying complicated grammar rules or memorizing vocabulary lists. It's about creating real mental habits, where English becomes the default way your brain reacts, observes, and describes the world around you. It's a mindset shift more than just a language technique.
Many learners wait until they feel fluent before trying to think in English. But that's actually backwards. Thinking in English is not the result of fluency. It's one of the most powerful ways to develop fluency over time. It helps eliminate hesitation and boosts natural flow in conversations.
What makes this technique so effective is that it fits into your daily life. You don't need extra hours or complicated tools. Your brain is already thinking all day long. This method just gives it a new direction by using English to describe your everyday experiences as they happen.
You can start small, like mentally describing what you're doing, how you feel, or what you see. Over time, your thoughts begin to shift automatically to English. This mental switch helps you gain confidence, improve recall, and feel more comfortable expressing yourself.
The brain loves patterns and repetition. The more you think in English, the faster those patterns become natural. You'll start to notice that certain phrases or responses come to mind instantly, which is a strong sign that your internal language system is adapting.
This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. You'll make mistakes in your thoughts, and that's okay. The goal is to engage with the language daily, even silently, so that English becomes something you live with, not something you perform only during practice sessions.
Think of it as training a muscle. At first, it may feel slow or even awkward, but the more you do it, the more automatic and natural it becomes. The beauty of this method is that your brain is always with you, so you can practice anytime, anywhere, without pressure.
Let's walk you through how this actually works in a normal day. Imagine you're going about your routine, and instead of just doing things silently or in your native language, you begin to describe them in English in your mind. It can be as simple as thinking, "I'm brushing my teeth," or "I need to leave in 10 minutes."
You don't need to speak out loud if you're not comfortable. Just observe your surroundings and narrate your actions or thoughts using simple English. For example, "It's sunny outside. I feel tired today." Or, "I'm making breakfast." This keeps your mind connected to the language in a very natural way.
Another great way to practice this is during moments when you're alone, like walking, cooking, or commuting. Use that time to think in English. You could go over your to-do list, review a recent conversation, or even plan your day in English, sentence by sentence, just like a dialogue in your mind.
If something unexpected happens, try reacting mentally in English. For example, if you spill something, instead of saying nothing or reacting with random thoughts, you might think, "Oops, I dropped it," or "I need to clean that up." These small, real-life thoughts build your fluency naturally over time.
Don't worry if your sentences are short or simple. That's the point. You're not writing a speech, you're thinking naturally. The more often you do it, the easier it gets. Start with everyday phrases you already know, and your brain will begin connecting them faster as they become part of your thought process.
And don't be afraid to repeat the same thoughts each day. If you always say, "I'm making coffee every morning," that's perfect. That repetition helps your brain recognize and recall the phrase effortlessly. Repeating useful language daily is one of the most efficient ways to internalize it.
You can even turn this into a little challenge. For example, every time you open your fridge, describe 3 things you see inside in English. These micro-practices create a habit of thinking in the language without needing extra time or preparation.
The more you tie English to your real environment, the more natural it becomes. You'll start noticing that English words pop into your mind even without trying. That's when you know your brain is adapting, and that's the real magic of this method.
One of the most powerful benefits of thinking in English is that it removes the need to translate. That extra step slows you down, causes hesitation, and makes speaking feel stressful. When your thoughts already happen in English, your words flow faster and with more confidence, even in spontaneous conversations.
You'll also notice that your listening skills improve because you're more familiar with natural sentence structures and vocabulary. The same phrases you've been thinking start to show up in movies, songs, or conversations, and your brain connects the dots faster, like recognizing a familiar rhythm or melody.
Another major benefit is that your internal voice becomes your personal coach. Instead of only speaking English in practice sessions, you're now reinforcing the language all day long, silently and effortlessly. This constant exposure helps build stronger memory connections and improves overall fluency.
Thinking in English also helps reduce anxiety when you speak. You've already mentally rehearsed many of the things you want to say, so they come out more naturally. It creates a kind of quiet confidence. You don't need to panic or search for words, because your brain is used to forming ideas in English.
Over time, this habit increases your reaction speed. If someone asks you a question in English, you're more likely to understand it quickly and reply without hesitation. That's because your brain has been practicing with similar thoughts, so your responses become smoother and more automatic.
It also deepens your relationship with the language. When you think in English, you're not just studying it, you're living it. That emotional and personal connection is what separates passive learners from fluent speakers. You begin to truly own the language and use it as part of your identity.
Plus, it's incredibly efficient. You don't need extra materials, courses, or long study sessions. Just by changing the language of your thoughts for a few minutes a day, you build a habit that pays off in every area of your English learning journey.
And the best part? It's completely flexible. You can think in English while you're walking, cleaning, or waiting in line. You're turning everyday moments into learning opportunities. And that's the kind of smart practice that leads to real, lasting progress.
Let's break it down into a clear, simple routine you can start using today. Step 1. Choose a moment in your day that happens regularly, like getting ready in the morning, eating lunch, or taking a walk. Pick that one activity and decide that during that time, you'll think only in English.
Step 2. Prepare a few common phrases or sentence patterns that match that activity. For example, if you choose your morning routine, prepare thoughts like, "I'm brushing my teeth," "I need to get dressed," or what should I eat? You'll use these as mental anchors to guide your thoughts.
Step 3. During the activity, speak to yourself silently using those phrases. Keep it natural and light. No pressure. Just describe what you're doing, what you see, how you feel, or what you're thinking. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stay consistent and stay in English.
Step 4. Expand your thoughts slowly over time. After a few days, add new phrases or explore different topics. For example, while walking, you might start by saying, "The sky is blue," and later expand to, "I wonder if it's going to rain today," or, "I love walking in the morning."
Step 5. Add variety by choosing different times of day to practice. One day, think in English while cleaning the house. Another day, use it while planning your schedule. The goal is to expose your brain to English in different contexts, so it becomes adaptable and strong.
Step 6. If you don't know how to say something, skip it or use a simpler version. You can look it up later if you want, but don't stop your practice in the moment. The key is flow, keeping your thoughts in motion, even if they're not perfect. Fluency grows with momentum, not accuracy.
Step 7. Set a small timer if that helps. Even 5 minutes of focused thinking in English can be powerful. The brain loves short, repeated training. Doing this every day builds a strong habit that becomes second nature over time. Remember, quality beats quantity.
Finally, reflect for 1 minute after you finish. Ask yourself, what phrases came easily? Where did I struggle? What do I want to add tomorrow? This reflection helps you stay aware of your growth and gives you small goals for your next practice session. That's how real fluency develops.
One of the biggest mistakes learners make is trying to think in perfect English all the time. They want every sentence in their head to be grammatically correct and complete. But that mindset creates stress and blocks natural thinking. Your thoughts don't have to be perfect. They just need to be in English.
Another common mistake is stopping the moment you forget a word. Many learners feel stuck when they can't remember how to say something. But instead of freezing, try to describe it in another way or skip to the next idea. That flexibility is a big part of real fluency and thinking naturally.
A lot of people also expect results too fast. They try it once or twice and feel disappointed when they don't see a big change. But training your brain is like training your body. It takes time, repetition, and consistency. The mistake is giving up too early before your brain has time to adjust.
Some learners confuse thinking in English with translating in their head. If you're still thinking in your native language and then trying to convert every word, that's translation, not thinking in English. To fix this, start with simple, ready-to-use phrases and stick with them until they become automatic.
Another trap is using too many advanced words or complicated sentence structures in your thoughts. This often leads to frustration or mental fatigue. Keep your internal language simple and natural, just like how you'd talk to a friend. Fluency doesn't mean using fancy words. It means being understood.
Many learners only think in English during study time and forget about it the rest of the day. But the beauty of this technique is that it's not about formal practice. It's about weaving English into your regular life. A big mistake is limiting your thinking time to just 5 minutes once a week.
Another mistake is letting fear of mistakes control your thoughts. Remember, no one can hear your thoughts. They're private and safe. This is the perfect space to be imperfect. The more you let go of the fear of doing it wrong, the more progress you'll actually make.
And finally, don't judge yourself too harshly. Progress in this area is quiet and invisible at first. You won't always notice big breakthroughs, but they're happening in the background. Trust the process, stay consistent, and your brain will reward you with fluency that feels natural and effortless.
Here's a simple challenge you can start today. Choose just 5 minutes, only 5, where you commit to thinking only in English. Pick a daily task like washing dishes, folding clothes, or walking your dog. During that time, describe what you see, feel, or do using the English you already know.
If you feel stuck, prepare a short list of words or phrases before starting. You could even write them on a sticky note or keep them in your phone. Then, when your mind goes blank, you can glance at your list for help. The key is to keep the flow going, even if it's slow at first.
Want to make it fun? Use a timer. Set 5 minutes and challenge yourself to stay in English until the timer ends. No switching languages, no translating. Just pure English thinking. This mental discipline builds strength, just like a workout builds muscle. Consistency will multiply your results.
You can also use objects around you as prompts. Pick any object, like a cup or a plant, and try to describe it in 3 or 4 simple English sentences. What color is it? What do you use it for? Where did you get it? These micro-challenges are fun, low pressure, and keep your brain actively engaged.
For an extra layer of practice, after your 5-minute session, write down 2 or 3 things you thought about in English. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just write what came to mind. This reinforces the habit and helps you track your progress as your thoughts become more fluid.
If you like routines, build a thinking in English moment into your daily schedule. It could be the first 5 minutes after waking up or while you're getting ready. When it becomes a part of your daily rhythm, it's no longer a task. It becomes second nature, like brushing your teeth.
Try pairing your practice with something you already enjoy. Think in English while you drink coffee, while you stretch, or while you organize your desk. By connecting English to positive habits, you'll create a strong emotional link that makes practice feel rewarding instead of difficult.
The most important thing is to start small and stay consistent. You don't need hours. You just need a few focused minutes each day. And if you do this challenge for even 1 week, you'll begin to notice a real shift in how your brain responds to English. So, are you in? Give it a try.
Today, we talked about how training your brain to think in English daily can completely transform your fluency journey. It's not about perfection. It's about building a habit of small, consistent exposure that rewires how your brain processes the language naturally.
We showed you a clear, step-by-step method for bringing English into your daily life through simple thoughts and observations. You learned how just 5 minutes of focused practice each day can lead to real improvements in confidence, speed, and language connection.
We also explored the main benefits of this method, like faster responses, less anxiety when speaking, and deeper familiarity with everyday expressions. Thinking in English truly helps you live the language, not just study it. That's where fluency really begins to grow.
And we made sure to highlight the common mistakes that many learners face, like overthinking grammar or expecting fast results. Avoiding these traps will help you stay motivated and focused on the long-term gains that come with this powerful mental routine.
If you found today's episode helpful, let us know in the comments. What part of this daily thinking routine are you most excited to try? We love reading your thoughts and helping you on your fluency journey, so don't be shy. We're here for you.
And hey, if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, that tells us something really important. You're serious about improving your English, so type the word BRAIN in the comments to let us know you're part of the group that never gives up.
Don't forget to hit that like button if this episode brought you value. It helps us reach more learners like you. And if you're not subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. We release practical, friendly, and motivating content every single week.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. You're not just learning English. You're building a skill that can open new doors and change your life. Stay consistent, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Speak English podcast.